We have some pretty big news right now. The White House is in turmoil this afternoon as this turned out to be one of the worst days of the Trump presidency due to a whole host of factors, whether it's the fact that Democrats are set to potentially take back the House of Representatives from Republican control before the midterms because Republicans are retiring en masse, to Donald Trump's fortune lost $1 billion in net worth because of the crypto plunge, to multiple indictments against Letitia James and James Comey being indicted, bipartisan condemnation of Donald Trump's attacks on Mark Kelly, and more. It really has been a stunning day for the Republican Party, but specifically for this White House. And I need your help, so make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe as we go through it all. And the latest news is that Donald Trump's healthcare plan that he planned to roll out today has now been postponed because of significant backlash within his own party. So, first up, we have the major news that Democrats may set to take back the House of Representatives before the midterms. According to Jake Sherman, this is a text he received from a senior House Republican. This entire White House team has treated all members like garbage, all. And Mike Johnson has let it happen because he wanted it to happen. That is the sentiment of nearly all appropriators, authorizers, hawks, doves, rank and file. The arrogance of this White House team is off-putting to members who are run roughshod and threatened. They don't even allow little wins like announcing small grants or even responding from agencies, not even the high profile, the regular rank and file. Random members are more upset than ever. Members know that they are going into the minorities after the midterms. And then here's the bombshell. More explosive early resignations are coming. It's a tinderbox. Morale has never been lower. Mike Johnson will be stripped of his gavel, and they will lose the majority before this term is out. Now, a big reason why is because they are frustrated over healthcare. And while Donald Trump was set to release a healthcare plan today, specifically to extend Affordable Care Act subsidies for a period of 2 years with certain caps, a lot of folks were calling it Obamacare Light. And while now, according to Jake Traylor, the White House has delayed the healthcare proposal because of significant backlash within his own party. White House officials cited strong backlash to Trump's proposed plan, which would have created a framework to address healthcare costs. And I think it's actually beyond parody the way we're seeing things, because look at what CNN had to do to backtrack from Donald Trump's initial announcement that he was going to put forth a plan to save healthcare in America.
We're learning President Trump is planning to unveil a new health care proposal. And at this point, we're still waiting to know exactly what's in it. But we're told it could include a temporary extension of the Enhanced Affordable Care Act subsidies, which are due to expire at the end of the year. They were at the center of the government shutdown. However, the subsidies could come with some fresh guardrails that could include new income limits and a requirement that everyone pay some form of a premium. Now, we should note that if the subsidies do expire, millions of Americans are expected to see their premiums more than double next year. Zach Cooper is joining us now. He's a professor of health policy at Yale University. Zach, thanks for being here. As I noted, we are very much still waiting for specifics here. I'm sorry, this has actually been, sorry, Zach, we're getting breaking news while I'm talking to you. I have learned that the White House has postponed its expected unveiling of this new health care proposal. It was expected to be unveiled today. We'll learn more, hopefully, about that.
Oops. It was postponed, and CNN had to literally backtrack on air because of how chaotic the White House is right now. Now, meanwhile, as we know, 2 indictments were dismissed today. The indictment against Letitia James and the indictment against James Comey. A federal judge dismissed the criminal indictments after finding that the prosecutor brought the cases. Lindsay Halligan, who actually previously served as Donald Trump's personal attorney, well, she wasn't lawfully appointed. Quote, because Ms. Halligan had no lawful authority to present the indictment, I will grant Mr. Comey's motion and dismiss the indictment. All actions flowing from Ms. Halligan's defective appointment, including securing and signing Mr. Comey's indictment, were unlawful exercises of executive power and are hereby set aside. Essentially, she described the insurance lawyer as, quote, a former White House aide with no prior prosecutorial experience, and issued a separate ruling saying that the James case should be dismissed because, quote, this case presents the unique, if not unprecedented situation where an unconstitutionally appointed prosecutor exercising power she did not lawfully possess acted alone in conducting a grand jury proceeding and securing an indictment. But if that's not all, well, let's pivot and talk about Donald Trump's family fortune because it has taken a tumble, $1 billion. $1 billion in a matter of months due to steep declines in the cryptocurrency market. The first family's net worth now stands at just $6.7 billion. Now, I say just because it is down $1 billion, more than 10% since September. That is a significant development. And the reason why is because of the family's holdings in the cryptocurrency space, with the Trump branded meme coin, Eric Trump's Bitcoin mining efforts, and Truth Social, which is largely tied up in Bitcoin, all experiencing substantial financial setbacks. And today, there was bipartisan opposition to the fact that the United States Pentagon released a statement saying that it would be investigating Senator Mark Kelly. Mark Kelly, as you know, is a senator from Arizona. They said they would be investigating Mark Kelly for sedition. This is Mark Kelly's response. When I was 22 years old, I commissioned as an ensign in the United States Navy and swore an oath to the Constitution. I upheld that oath through flight school, multiple deployments on the USS Midway, 39 combat missions in Operation Desert Storm, test pilot school, 4 space shuttle flights at NASA, and every day since I retired, which I did after my wife Gabby was shot in the head while serving her constituents. In combat, I had a missile blow up next to my jet and flew through anti-aircraft fire to drop bombs on enemy targets. At NASA, I launched on a rocket, commanded the space shuttle, and was part of the recovery mission that brought home the bodies of my astronaut classmates who died on Columbia. I did all of this in service to this country that I love and has given me so much. Secretary Hegseth's tweet is the first I heard of this. I also saw the president's post saying I should be arrested, hanged, and put to death. If this is meant to intimidate me and other members of Congress from doing our jobs and holding this administration accountable, it won't work. I've given too much to this country to be silenced by bullies who care more about their own power than protecting the Constitution. And let's hear the White House's response.
The White House is supportive of the Department of War's investigation into Senator Mark Kelly, and I think what Senator Mark Kelly was actually trying to do was intimidate the 1.3 million active duty service members who are currently serving in our United States Armed Forces with that video that he and his Democrat colleagues put out. Senator Mark Kelly well knows the rules of the military and the respect that one must have for the chain of command, and that all lawful orders are presumed to be legal by our service members. You can't have a functioning military if there is disorder and chaos within the ranks, and that's what these Democrat members were encouraging. It's very clear.
That's not what they were encouraging. They were encouraging for them to essentially not follow illegal orders. So in total, a very bad day for Republicans in this White House, and we'll see what happens next. I will continue to provide you updates as always. So like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you soon for more updates coming soon.